Yes, I think, no. Now.
Dear listeners, this is Sound Art Radio. I'm Ergo Phizmiz, awaiting Depresstival. We're on the air a little bit early because it's fun. There's a wonderful workshop with lots of marvellous people outside, working with Lucinda and everybody else, talking about wonderful things like making radio, but also talk about a wonderful idea, which is to rethink your academic research as poetry, which I am quite taken with. Anyway, the reason that I interjected at that point was because you want to hear Morecambe and Wise doing that again, don't you? You do. Okay, so here it comes. Here it comes. You're going to thank me later.
No, not yet. Now, no, not yet. Now. No. Now. No, not yet.
You got to flip back to the beginning in these things because it's so wonderful. This I made like a half-hour version of this that was my eldest daughter's least favourite song growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, begging me, please turn it off, please stop it. But then whenever I put it on, I was, as you saw the other day, I was taken by the immediate necessity of kind of walking in rhythm up and down the spacious room which we now inhabit.
Oh, right. My father is written to say, what's the name of your show? What's the show called?
The name of our show.
know.
The name of our show. The name of our show was actually, I believe it was christened by Chris, appropriately enough. Craftsman by Craft. And I believe the show is called either Magic Fun Time with Ergo Phizmiz and Depresstival, or Magical Fun Time with Depresstival and Ergo Phizmiz.
I'm not sure.
It just
I
depends.
think it's Magical Fun Time.
Yeah, Magical Fun Time. That's what it is. Because here we have a magical fun time, and also we are trying through life and the practice of the freaky underground arts, we are trying to re-enchant the world and bring fun back into the center of activities. And we were talking last week about what's fun and what's not fun, and we had a little disagreement about like whether it was fun to get the bus or anything
it's
like
just
that.
that I don't think I find anything fun.
Really?
I mean, that's not a bad thing. I find things interesting and sort of exciting. But I wouldn't say that's fun. Like, I like looking at that Dorothea Tanning painting with all the sunflowers and flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not like having fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun looking at paintings.
Or like, looking at. So you were saying things that. What do I like? I think last week or something, and I was like, "Wow, you've really put me on the spot here, and I've got no idea." But I figured it out.
Yes,
Klein Blue.
You like
That's
Klein
what
Blue.
I like.
I like Klein Blue. I also like that picture of Eve Klein jumping out the window. Back in the days when people had to go snap with the camera and wait for that moment of good luck, that moment of chance and serendipity, the Cartier-Bresson guy jumping over the pillow, these little exquisite moments that very clever people captured. But now, of course, we can all go...
Yeah, and it takes all the fun out of it.
Anyone can jump out of a window now.
It takes all the fun out of it.
Anyone can jump out of a window, you know?
Yeah.
Not just Eve Klein.
Do you think he had fun when he was mixing his paint?
Oh, I think he definitely had fun.
Yeah.
And he definitely had fun when he was jumping out the window.
And also the fumes might have made it even more fun.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Although that's not
Yeah.
popular. Is it?
Did,
Say that.
yeah, when Eve Klein was jumping out the window, I'm presuming there's some photographic modification there, because there ain't nothing there to catch Eve Klein, I know. So did Eve Klein fall?
Maybe he could fly.
Maybe he could. I mean,
he's never said that he couldn't.
well, that's true. He never said that he couldn't. But yeah, I mean, this to me, either there was some photographic modification, which surely not. There can't be, because we can only not trust photographs now that AI exists. My darlings, photographs have been manipulated since the art form began. So there was either some photographic manipulation of Eve Klein, or he could fly, or he did like a belly flop and landed on the ground, which would not make such a great photo. Eve Klein flat on his face, that wouldn't be in the tape.
Maybe
moment.
because he spent so long working on the blue, maybe like, I don't know, the sort of whatever omnipresent being or something, maybe it sort of gave him this gift of being able to sort of jump into the blue void.
Oh, because he
expansive
created,
void.
He
So
created
he is blue.
this extremely expansive blue, like the deep sky. It gave him the miracle of flight.
Yeah, maybe that's what happens.
How many flying dreams you had in your life, Lottie?
Oh, I've got no idea.
But is it a thing with you? Do
Oh
you have
yeah,
flying
all the
dreams?
time. Not anymore, actually. Weirdly,
No.
no. It happened. It used to happen a lot more when I was like, well, actually, I'll tell you when it stopped. I think like it used to happen a lot more because I've always been really depressed. Wow, this is really optimistic, isn't it? But it used to happen more in the past, and it was to do with depression and stuff. And then I think when it stopped was when I started reading Marx and realised what the problem was. And then they stopped because I guess the flying dream was to like sort of, it's about it's probably about lack of autonomy, isn't it? But then when I worked out that the reason that I'm depressed is because everything sucks, then that then they stopped, and I started having more constructive dreams.
Yeah, I had a
about
flying
other
dream
ways
not that long ago.
What about the car dreams? You know, where you're stuck in the car.
Oh,
do you get that?
I have a lot of those.
Oh yeah,
I have a lot of those. The most vivid one that I remember the best is when I was about 15, 16, and I knew from being very, very young there was no way this body was ever going to operate a car.
No.
This mind can do some things; it cannot operate.
Well, the car in the dream, the car is always like you can't stop the car, and it's just going and going and going, and then you can't.
And for some reason, you're in the driver's seat.
For some reason, I'm in the back seat or something, and the car's like sentient. And
Oh, I'm always driving it because I don't have a fear of driving, but it's just something completely alien to me. But the driving dream that sticks with me is being suddenly in an enforced position where I'm driving, and then the one I recall was going through like something like the Maas Tunnel in Rotterdam, and there being the dashboard extended up the glass in front of whatever they call that panel of glass at the front, the
windscreen,
the windscreen. Yeah, the dashboard had expanded to cover the windscreen as well. So I was desperately trying to look out the side of the car because there was no window because the dashboard and all that had gone in there, and it was a sort of gravity defying dashboard, so you could still put things in the compartment even though they were pointing downwards and stay in the compartment. And that was fascinating, but it wasn't fascinating enough to override the terrible fear that I was operating a vehicle. I did have when I was a kid, I had a very, very vivid series of flying dreams that went on every single night, and it was just kind of bland, kind of dreaming of being in Billingham in the northeast where I lived, and just kind of floating about, flying about, and everybody saying, "Oh, that's interesting, you can fly." Like, yeah. And then they cut off abruptly. I think I was about 10 or 11 years old. They cut off abruptly when I woke up and I'd lost the line between reality and fantasy, and I attempted to fly off my bed.
Oh, really?
And I landed on my face.
Yeah, see, I've done that before.
wasn't
I
great.
think, obviously, like when you're a kid, the sort of line between fantasy and reality is quite, woozy. I'm not sure what the word is, but as you get older, it goes, unless you're a narcoleptic like me, and then it's just a constant thing. I have no idea if anything's actually happened.
Well, I recall you waking up from a narcoleptic episode yesterday and thinking it was tomorrow.
What?
I recall thinking that all our guests and visitors had already arrived. And
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. And I was,
I seem
saying,
to.
oh, nobody's here. That's tomorrow.
It's very frustrating, the narcolepsy thing, because sort of every time I wake up, I've got no idea who I am or where I am or anything like that. And also the times when it's like happened in public, and it's usually kind of like, you can tell there's like a sort of weird, I don't know, like a moment kind of, if you get like a migraine or something, it's kind of weird, sort of space dropping thing. And then it's like, oh no. And then I feel like I've fallen down a well.
Yeah, and you visibly look like you're falling down
it's
a well
horrible.
When
It's horrible.
At the older that I have got, the line between fantasy and reality is kind of like re-blurring itself. There's a lot of things happening to me.
I think
that
me
seem
too
to,
as well.
Like, for example, this morning, I went to the post office. And there was a rather large queue in the post office. And I went to what I thought was the back of the queue. And there was like one of those postcard kind of, birthday card kind of stands. And on the other side of that, I noticed, because I thought I'd gone to the back of the queue, but then I noticed there was another guy stood behind the birthday cards, right? This was this morning in the post office. He had a beard and he had long, sort of fuzzy hair, and he was quite short. And I was stood by the door in the queue. And to get out of the door, people had to go past me. So, when the queue started to move forward, I moved back to attempt to create a space for the person who was on the other side who'd been in the queue before me. And I made the space, and then I looked around the corner behind the cards, and he had gone.
Oh, really?
He had gone. And I was very confused. I was most confused. But this guy disappeared. He was stood there, and then he wasn't there. So that's what happened to me this morning. I do think that that this, like, we have a model of the universe, don't we? And we have, because we have, like, we've done now a few centuries of, like, enlightened scientific research.
Well, I mean, it's
So
sort of stopped.
Well, yeah,
and then
but-
it's gone.
but we know- we
I call
know
it the
how-
reverse enlightenment.
Yeah. But academics still are exploring everything, the nature of the universe and so on. And, like, we have this prescribed way of looking at reality. Going back to, I think what we were talking about this, I can't remember if we were talking about this on the radio or whether we were just talking about this at home in our house, because we're not homeless anymore.
Hooray.
Or whether we were talking about this in a house. But the more I think about it and the older that I get, the idea that it's Monday seems ridiculous to me.
Well,
the idea
yeah,
that
I mean,
it's Tuesday, the idea that it's the third week in
But
March.
it's funny, isn't it? Because if you were, I always used to get into trouble with people back when I still talked to other people, like where I'd sort of, someone would say, "What can you do this thing next Wednesday?" And I'd always be like, "Okay, what's the date?" Because I don't know days of the week, and everyone would always get really, really angry about it.
I
But
never
then
know
it's,
what
if
day
you
of the
work a
week
9
is.
to 5, you go in every day in the same routine. If you're self-employed, you do stuff by month. But it's obviously, it's very important for people to have this kind of like Monday to Friday sort of capsule thing, where they're it's everybody's like heroic narrative per week, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is. And and I am trying as much as possible to, like, remove myself from it, to not think in terms of days of the week and the months of the year, and to just think in terms of being on a ball in space, which is actually that is the
I
tangible
wish we could
reality.
just be in a ball in space.
But we are just in a ball in
And I
space.
saw a picture the
and,
other day
you know,
of-
our bureaucracy that we're all governed by
I saw
is
I saw a
comic.
picture the other day of like a an image of, or like a rendition of what the human body looks like without the skin, with all the nerve endings and stuff like that. And we look like a big sort of bizarre jellyfish tentacle, weird sort of triffid thing without the skin.
So with the bones, but without the skin.
It was all the neurons and the nerve endings. So like it was all kind of wispy and looked really beautiful,
Right.
like a kind of like a sort of like a ball of light with tendrils, and it's just kind of. And I think it was a meme, and somebody was saying this is what I actually look like, but I have to keep doing horrible things every day.
So underneath our kind of flesh cling film, we are flowers.
Well, yeah, kind of all sort of like these weird. I mean, everything's kind of like a weird sort of triffidy thing, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? And
Yeah.
I just find it a bit. You know, you wake up every day and it's, oh God, are we still doing the class
Exactly.
system? Are we
Exactly.
still doing
Yeah.
vapid consumerism?
Yep.
Sort of, doesn't everyone get bored of it?
Everybody,
I mean, it's
lots
just-
of people seem to love it, and it's now.
I suppose it gives people structure because there's obviously like there's the thing that sort of like probably all the existentialists, but like that Sartre was sort of saying about, you know, obviously the thing that people don't want the ultimate freedom because it's terrifying, the ultimate sort of nihilistic sort of nothing.
Yeah.
Because it scares them. So
But also,
they want
I mean-
like a. But then I don't understand. I've never understood that, the sort of like, because when you're actually faced with like the void of existence, that to me is wonderful. Like that I
Yeah.
can look into space and I can be kind of like out there. There's probably of course there's loads of life out there, but you know we're nothing. But then it kind of makes you feel like you're part of a bigger whole
Well, yes.
of the universe, of this humming, and that it feels like being swallowed. And I quite like that I'm not actually an individuated thing, but then I am at the same time, and everything is kind of the same in its uniqueness.
Yes.
And like everything is unique, but that's the similarity.
Yeah, and ultimately nihilism, really, with that kind of perspective, and it goes to like the sort of central paradox of Taoism, the whole everything is nothing, but nothing is something, etc., etc. That nihilism could also be termed everythingism. You know, to actually consider oneself, and it's not even considering oneself. You know, it's
No.
actually the tangible reality of things is that we are these flailing little flesh balls on this giant floating orb in space who live in infinity. None of us can even understand. Like, I can't even comprehend. None of us can even begin to comprehend what the notion of infinity means. The idea that something can never begin and never end. Wait a minute. Now we're going on to that. Let's go back to the jovial pad music. Infinity that never begins and never ends. We have
Isn't
no
that kind
idea
of-
where we came from,
That's
where
quite
anything
reassuring,
came from.
isn't it?
Yes.
That you're always going to have that, which is why I don't really understand the position of sort of people who are fine to just destroy the planet. Like, oh, I'm going to be dead, so it doesn't matter. I'll just drive my Land Rover or whatever and stuff. And it's like, what, you're willing to gamble with the whole of existence? It's a little bit right.
Well,
Okay.
there is that statistic.
Do you not
that,
want the planet to continue
No.
after you've died?
But didn't you tell me there's like a statistic that like people who clinically have psychopathy can only think about 5 minutes
Yeah,
in the future,
so
which
I
is what
think-
we see in the actions of all the politicians.
Yeah,
Boris
yeah,
Johnson,
yeah, there's no sort
Boris
of
Johnson's
long-term
behaviour during the
plan.
pandemic was precisely that.
None of them
he
have got
doesn't
a
have a
plan.
plan, so it's going to be back to
It's always
square
back
one.
to square
back to
one.
square one. Doesn't matter who it is, Rishi, Boris. Back to
it's
square
just
one.
kind of, it's so. I don't even. I mean, like if people are listening, they don't know what I'm talking about because I'm just kind of making guttural noises and. But yeah, everything is awful. Anyway, you should probably.
Yeah, we can play some music. Yeah, everything. Right, this is my attitude on it, and like everything in our society is currently pretty awful. And in American society and in the attitude of the West to the rest of the world, and that is awful. And we have killed 70% of life on this earth in the last 100 years, so we're already in the apocalypse, but
Still counting.
still counting. But ultimately, human beings, one would hope at least, have enough capacity to say no, to things.
Yeah.
We have done in the past in all
Just
sorts
say,
of cultures.
what's the song? I can't remember.
Just Say No.
Yeah,
We should have brought
Just
it.
Say No.
I found it on 7-inch the other day. The Grange Hill anti-drugs theme song. We haven't got it on record, so I'll sing it. Hey, just say no, just say no. Hey, just say no. Hey, just say no. And that's what we have to do. We have to start saying no to nonsense and bureaucracy and stop being like scared of things like people at the end of phone lines for utility bills and just, you know, if people are going through a ridiculous bureaucratic system and people want to do that, then don't do it yourself. Just say no, I'll be back when you finish the bureaucracy. The fact is we live in an immense mystery, don't we? Even though we have been trying, we live in an immense chasm of wonder.
In deep
and
space,
so why
there's
are we
a
thinking
giant
about
eye.
bureaucracy?
There's a giant eye
The
in
Helix
deep
Nebula.
space.
Yeah.
Can't we just like think about the giant eye?
Yeah, let's think about
There's a
the
giant
eye in deep space. Yeah, instead of thinking about, you know, bureaucracy and websites and Amazon.com, and, you know, none of us want to think about, like, Elon Musk, do we? So don't think about that. Think about the Helix Nebula instead, the giant nebula in space that looks like an eye and the pillars of creation. And just think that for all of the remarkable headway that we've made with, like, space travel and so on in the last, whatever it's been, 80 years, we have dipped our toes just in the water. We understand virtually nothing about the universe. Every single discovery the James Webb Space Telescope is making is surprising the scientists. You know, things are not as... It looks very much like things are not what we thought they were. And, you know, we might just be on the brink of, like, some great discovery about the fabric of space-time. So let's not think about bureaucracy. Let's think about the fact that we live in an endless, mysterious cosmos and we are but a pale blue dot, as Carl Sagan said.
I just find it completely bizarre that whenever I read a newspaper article about some kind of big scientific discovery, usually when it's to do with, like, space, all the comments underneath are, oh, well, why are they doing that? It doesn't make any money. It's like, okay, we really, that's where we are. Like, so many people on all sides of the political spectrum have generally been like, oh, they shouldn't be going into space.
And this is a new attitude.
I mean, like, really, what, we're not allowed space.
But these people say, oh, they shouldn't be.
Don't you want to look at space?
Yeah, they
and
say
it's sort of
we shouldn't be exploring
kind of
space because it costs money.
Yeah, but just, you know, stop spending the money on bombing loads of
exactly.
children.
Those same people have no problem with spending, you know,
56 million or something on Marvel films.
It looks like the majority
film,
of the money in this world, in the Western world, is spent on bombs and guns and
the Marvel universe.
And the Marvel universe.
It's not a universe.
Yeah, and
the universe is the universe.
Oh, look, it's 2:00. Our show's just started.
All right. Well, hi.
Yeah,
nice to
3, 2, 1. Yeah, welcome to Sound Art Radio.
We're supposed to say who we are, are we?
I think we already did, but
I don't know.
We can say it again.
I've got no idea.
Well, you say you first.
Who knows?
Who you are.
You introduce it, and then I'll come back to that later.
Okay. Well, this is Sound Art Radio with Ergo and Depresstival, here for everybody's special day. We've already been on the air for about an hour, but we thought why not do 2 introductions?
But there you go, time screwy. I've got no idea. You know, it depends. There you go. There's a bending reality thing.
Yeah, exactly. I've started to believe that reality is indeed very, very malleable, especially since seeing the disappearing boy in the post office this morning. That was interesting. There was also one time that I was taking my kids to school, and this is like 10 years ago or more, and the entire schoolyard, was covered in the decapitated heads of large fish.
Yeah, but we worked that out. It was because of a local pervert, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Well, no, he used to walk around
The
skinning
fishman.
animals and stuff.
Oh,
and,
my.
leaving them in public because that's what people like to do. So
I never realised it was the fishman.
Well, the thing is, if they were all on the floor and they were sort of battered, then that's going to be because of birds. But if they're all laid out in exact sort of specifications, like that's a human that's done that.
Well, I didn't look at it long enough to work out whether the fish had been laid out in some sort of geometric shape.
Didn't you say it was kind of like they there was a lot of space between it.
Well, I don't know. They were kind of just all over the schoolyard, and there was loads of space between
Yeah,
them. There
it's
was
a
just
guy.
loads of fish
It's
heads.
a human
yeah.
thing.
Well, if it is the guy, it is going to be this guy because he once left a bag of about 50 dead fish in a plastic bag on my doorstep.
Yeah, see, right, this kind of thing has happened to
really
me quite a lot.
appreciated.
Like, you know, I've had people do really, really weird things to me. And whenever I get, like, you know, every time I go to the doctor, they're all like, oh, so you're depressed. Why don't we send you to a completely useless course of mindfulness thing and stuff? And then they're like, how are you feeling? How do you feel? And it's kind of like, well, I feel fairly terrible because everything's on fire. It's like, yes, but if I had a magic wand, like, literally, this is what people have said to me in the subject. No, okay. Let's not talk about poverty. If I had a magic wand, what could you change about your existence? And then it's always back like, well, I would try and not be in the middle of a fire and I wouldn't be like scrambling about in poverty sort of thing. Like, is there anything that we can help you with I don't know, some sort of like mindfulness-based practice and stuff? And it's like, no, the reason that I get depressed is because of things like that, like people leaving a bag of dead animals in front of, you know, this is like psychopathy stuff. Like
he wants,
you know, or like, you know, a guy once came to one of my gigs and he was stalking me at the time, and he came to my residency and he was wearing a penguin thing, and then he was sat in the corner just with his eyes following me around the room.
Being
and
a
sort
penguin.
Of like, that's with the penguin mask. He didn't take the penguin mask off at all. I knew him. Like he turned up to everywhere I was working, all the gigs and stuff. And then after that, he invited me to. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about him because I really just don't care. But obviously, no one is gonna like. No one I know likes me, so they don't actually listen to it. But yeah, after this, he sent me an invite to his ex-partner's funeral memorial thing, and I was the only person he invited. He wanted me to go for a nice little walk with him just, you know, really bizarre behaviour. That's why I'm depressed, because of people doing that sort of thing.
But
because of then,
if
like,
I got invited
weird
to
pathologies.
If I got invited to a funeral with a penguin, I'd be really happy.
Oh, you know, but you know,
if I got invited to anything with a penguin,
with a penguin, but not so much with the pervert dressing as a penguin.
No. But what would, if you could go to any event with a penguin, what would it be?
Some sort of like the next, what is it? It's G20, whatever.
Oh, you'd take the penguin to the G20 summit.
Yeah.
See, you think that's bigger than me.
Try to make them care about. I've had this idea about trying to make people
Phantom
care
of the
about
Opera,
animals,
you know?
because people are so sort of like removed from animals. As you could just, if you present like, anyone with a little baby lamb, they're usually like, oh, how can I possibly, you know, be responsible for its whole bloodletting thing? But you could do that at the next big whatever world bureaucracy summit where they don't actually do anything. Just try to make them look at some facet of the world and actually have respect for something other than themselves.
Yeah. So you'd bring the penguin as a kind of mascot and totem.
Yeah. Look at it. Don't you want to save it? Look at his little beak.
Yeah.
Look at his beak.
I can see.
He goes sliding on the floor. Why do you want to burn his house?
Oh, imagine if you had a penguin. Imagine the fun you could have in the
cute.
kitchen. Yeah, or the bathroom, you know, just sliding around.
Animals are just so nice.
Yeah. But if I had to go anywhere with a penguin, I'd go to Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, well, because of the tux thing.
The whole tux thing.
No.
But I just think he'd like it.
What we could do is we could get a load of penguins to go and work in like a tux shop and like in the middle of sort of, I don't know, around Liverpool Street where there's all like TM Lewin and all those sorts of things, and replace all of the staff with the penguin, and then people come in to buy the thing, but you know, do it for like a couple of seconds at a time, and then when they turn around, it's being replaced by humans again, and it'd be lots of fun.
I mean, that is fun, but that's more kind of like Arts Council grant territory. What you're talking about there is sourcing multiple penguins, and
I think
you know,
they'd be up for
me as a kind of no one gives me arts grants, so I'm going to have to just source the one penguin.
My
and get
thinking,
some mirrors.
right, is that the orcas are pretty much on side, right? And everyone's like, no, don't support the orcas. It's like, no, I'm going to support the orcas, and then. With you know what, and like we've also worked out that they have grammatical sort of they've got grammar
Yeah,
and sort of
okay.
pronouns and
Whales
like
have grammar.
clauses and stuff like that. So somebody's kind of like worked out a bit of that. That's the first step, and it's using like machine learning and stuff. So the more that you use machine learning, the more you're going to understand animal language, because despite what the majority of people say, they are sentient and they have language. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do anything.
No.
So once we worked out the orca language, they probably taught all other animals apart from humans can talk to each other. So once you worked out that, you can then pass messages onto the orca. They've got that whole sonar thing. They can get that through the
send
whole
them
of
onto
the
the
sea.
chickens
Get it
and
through the whole of the
everything.
sea, and then you just need that first sort of Rosetta Stone thing with the animal things, and then we can have the true sort of multi-species utopia that I've always been dreaming of.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Well,
What was
shall
the
we?
point?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But, it was very eloquent. Let's go to some... Oh, well, actually, very, very quickly, I'll tell you what records we were listening to. No, Not Yet by Malcolm and Wise. We had Strauss Ball in Vienna with the orchestra of the Vienna State Opera, conducted by Hans Swarovski. We had a load of acid house by like DJ Pierre, and what else was it? The Sweat Boys. We had the Sweat Boys, which if you go to see them, make sure it's outdoors. We had La Gaieté Parisienne, which was a ballet based on Offenbach's work. We had some bits of Stravinsky's Petrushka, but I kept putting the needle down, there was no sound. Future's Acid Tracks, and something from the Sound Art Radio department, Music Hall and Varieties, with Charles Simon, Zena Cooper, Terry Day, Splinters and Danny, and Mr. Brian Johnson, and an old version of the play of Daniel, and Benjamin Britten, Bernstein's Requiem. Leonard
that's
Bernstein's Requiem. Now we're going to just have a little bit of sound.
Does Offenbach, is it contrapuntal, what he writes?
Who? I forgot.
Offenbach, kind of.
Offenbach. No, Offenbach is...
That's because he's gone off of Bach.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of horrible noise now for a few minutes. This is something that some friends of a friend made, where they filled up an empty business tower in Rotterdam with really horrible sounds. So let's hear a little bit of the noisy business tower. Sound Art Radio. And what a special day it is today. Can you hear the bumbling, bustling atmosphere in this room? The room is full of people, and not just any people, clever people. Yes, the room is full of clever people, so let's have a little lovely music underneath to celebrate. There we go. So, room full of clever people. I believe you're all academics, you're all studying... are you all studying the same subject, or but you're all from the same institution, or no? Everyone's from different institutions.
They're just linked through Sound Art Radio.
Right,
All
right.
together.
Excellent. And today's event at Sound Art is called Sparking Conversation. And if you could give me a little précis of what today's event entails. Anybody?
Hello. So today's event is bringing together researchers from all disciplines, researchers based in the Southwest, to come and find out more about community radio and to make some art together and to make some radio together and to try out all these different ways that we can broadcast from this space here at Dartington. So we've been doing lots of different things today. But these guys have all been in a workshop actually that I haven't been in, so I shouldn't describe it really. I don't know if someone else wants to say what you've been doing.
Yes, the workshop sounded very interesting to me because, as I said, I just finished a PhD, but I came from an unconventional academic background. I didn't have any prior qualifications or anything like that. So for me, the process of creating academically had to start more as a kind of like scattergun, more like poetry-based type process, and which I then eventually have to convert into things that anyone else can understand. So the idea of kind of summarizing or reflecting on academic research in a poetry form is very interesting to me. So would anyone like to tell me what kind of process you went through to create the pieces that you've just created?
We tried to describe our research through poetry. So we were asked 7 questions, varying from how would we describe our research as an animal or as a food, and various ideas came up as we all study different fields. So I study landslides. We had an engineer with us as well, and we all described different aspects of our research. We came up with a poem based off one of these descriptions of our research. So we each have a poem to talk about.
Great. Well, I think it would just be very interesting. Let's just go through each individual, and if you could describe briefly, just kind of generally what your research is, and then show us the poetry version of your research. And because there's so many people, I feel like I'm back teaching. We start from the left, around in a clockwise direction. So yeah, I never last long in teaching. So yeah, I guess we can. Shall we start here and move around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
That works with me.
Excellent. I'll sit here quietly, which doesn't happen very often, and reflect and listen.
Okay, so I shall start. I am from the University of Plymouth, and I'm working with earthquake-caused landslides. We've got different case study regions all around the globe, so varying from Italy and Haiti to Papua New Guinea, and I'm using satellite imagery to find and map these landslides. So a way of me to describe a physical landslide, I used a snake as my animal to describe it. So my poem centres around snakes. Like a snake in the forest, It is something hidden, difficult to spot, even harder to understand. Beautiful but deadly to behold. Shedding their skin and becoming something new, surprising and unexpected, constantly changing. So that's how I see landslides.
Beautiful. And did you find that writing this piece in this way, in any way, kind of refreshed your perspective a bit, or always made you look at stuff in a slightly different kind of way, or different possibilities of ways of doing things, or and as somebody who has also taught English in the past, I would say it's a very good poem.
That's very kind.
I'm going to just pretend I'm still a teacher. Yeah, I've still got an active CRB check. Okay, shall we go? I think we might have to do some kind of seat swapping.
Okay, shall I shuffle forward? Hello. So I'm Izzy. I'm also at the University of Plymouth, but I'm studying the ex situ capacity of bryophyte species. So mainly looking at two different moss species and how we can bring them from a lab environment back into the natural environment. So one of the main studies that I'm doing at the moment is trying to get them growing back on natural substrate. And luckily they are growing, and not many of them have died, only a couple of them. So got my fingers crossed for the readings today. So my poem was very short, but it was kind of based off a couple of the questions that we answered. She is a light mist in the shadows of a dark forest. They are the howl of Hosier's passionate resonance. It is barefoot and naked in nature, open and pure. He is hidden but ever present in my mind.
Beautiful. So I guess I wanted to ask, like, with your mosses, with the growth and so on, do you feel like they are your friends now by this point? Or,
I openly
what's your
chat to them.
Right. Yeah.
I might have done a Instagram Valentine's Day post about them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm part of the moss appreciation group.
Yeah.
I know Lycan as well.
I spend a lot of time looking at moss.
Yeah.
So they're so springy. Yeah, I don't have many friends, but they are my friends. So
Wonderful.
spend most of my life in the lab, so only social interaction I have sometimes. So yeah.
Well, that's wonderful to know. Do say hi to your mosses.
I will.
From Lottie and I. Wonderful. Shall we move in this direction? Hi. So basically, if you could just tell us your area of research, and then read us your poem, and I'll probably ask some silly question at the end.
So I am in engineering industry, specifically electrical, which refer to as usually towards the electricity. So I pay my gratitude towards the Friday. So without electricity, we wouldn't be here where we are now as terms of development. So I write some words. Happiest while together, a rare sunny weather, wearing a lined shirt, eating kadai with both hands, experimenting Faraday's law, a friendship thinking to be, relation I can't live without.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, it's. I think about this subject a lot, the electricity subject, and things like the first time that the electric lights were turned on in London at the D'Oyly Carte Theatre, and how mind-blowing that must have been. But one thing I think about all the time with this question of electricity, things like the fact that in Western Europe people used to always have two sleeps because of the way that when the light goes, and everyone got up and played cards in the middle of the night, and electricity is sort of it's great. It's made possible all of our things like broadcasting and this idea that people can be like constant and consistently entertained by turning on some electronic thing. And I'm really interested in like what we used to do before that. You know, how did we pass the time before we had these electronic devices? And did we like guinea pigs? Did we kind of sit around doing nothing for hours and hours and hours, or were we more inventive? So I'm curious whether electricity has made us more or less inventive. I don't know what you think. But it's a question without an answer.
But I think science should develop like that in terms of development. But if we are talking about spending time while together, so I would say maybe not good, because before that, still if we go to the countryside, people used to spend time while walking, speaking together, chatting together. So now we are converting towards just to ourselves.
Yes,
we are busy with our mobile phones.
Yeah, which is kind of responsible for a lot of the problems we have in our society. Like Andy Warhol said that thing, everyone in the future will be famous for 15 minutes, but now it's kind of just everybody thinks they're famous because they've got a phone. So everyone will not be famous, but will be able to pretend they are to their friends, etc. And it's created, yes, this completely inward-looking society. We were watching one of Chaplin's late films the other day, and it's made in like 1946, and they're talking about wind energy, aren't they? And they go through the whole list of renewable energies. You know, the fact that clearly people were having this conversation in the 1940s, and Chaplin, who plays a serial killer in this film, is going, "Oh, stuff and nonsense, that'll never work." And the smart, intelligent woman is saying, "Yeah, this is what people are doing, etc., etc." And so we continued to go down this route of destructive electricity rather than And I'm going off somewhere on a tangent. So shall we move to our next academic poet of the afternoon?
Hello, I'm Fiza from University of Exeter, and I'm currently working with bacteria, where I'm trying to investigate how the bacteria cells get attached among themselves and then to some solid spot, and specifically if they are pathogenic in nature. That complicates the issue because it becomes difficult to eliminate them using the conventional antibiotics. So we are trying to figure out how to deal with that issue, and probably we will be using viruses as natural weapons against the bacteria to kill them, to eliminate them. Okay.
I feel like we're in the room with all the people who are going to save us. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
So, like the Cinderella, all dressed up, enjoying life but supposed to return within a specified time. Got limited time on hands to discover new horizons, while new challenges popping up every other day, like unexpected rain on a bright sunny day.
Beautiful. And naturally, I'm going to ask you a similar sort of question as regards the moss. What is your relationship with the bacterium? Do you dream about them, or do you feel like...
Oh, you said something like, I am dreaming about them, like the whole night I just get the imagination where I get like the flashbacks of what I do in the lab. Right. I don't know if it is something related to anxiety or what, but I do really dream about them.
And are you dreaming, like, because I presume you're using like microscopes?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So are you dreaming them very close
how
to
they
the
look like the
microscope?
bright, shiny, like, because I'm working with fluorescent microscopy, and how they look under that, they with a very dark background, but they are like shiny and they are very motile, moving here and there.
Wow. There's all the, I mean, again, like to what we were babbling on about earlier in the program, that we live in this like bureaucratic world, but actually the nature of reality is absolutely amazing. I would recommend reading a wonderful book, Richard Matheson's The Shrinking Man, which is about this guy who discovers that he's shrinking, and the whole point of the book is that he's worried that he's going to disappear into absolutely nothing and non-existence, but actually the culmination of the book is that he never does. He enters the microscopic world and then the micromicroscopic world, and he just gets smaller and smaller and just lives then inside these immense landscapes that a microscopic creature would inhabit. So it's a very nice fantasy on the kind of microscopic world. So yeah, thank you very much. Shall we continue this way? And yeah, just tell us about your research, and then we'll hear your no doubt beautiful poem, like all the other poems in here.
Hi, my name is Nisha, and I'm from University of Exeter. I work on a neural cancer called neurofibromatosis type 1, and with my team, I'm trying to develop some therapeutics, as till now there is no effective cure for this disease. So neurofibromatosis type 1 is a genetic disorder where you get tumors on your skin, and it usually occurs in the childhood phase, and it is genetics, there is higher chance that it will go to the another generation. So earlier this disease was rare, but now it has become very common everywhere. So just trying to find therapeutics around that.
Yeah.
Using different model organisms.
Yeah. Wow. All the people who are saving the world are in this room.
Yeah. Having no idea how would it start, but accepted the challenge as the Linus does. Working on the skills of all flavors and understanding chorus of earlier incidences. Carrying my tools in my pocket, and someday I would wear the beautiful white crown. Ignoring the elephant man incidents, waiting for the autumn ends and start something new, fresh again.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to ask about this research, really. Well, you know, to everyone, thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
I do literally feel like we're in the room with. I mean, it must just be a fascinating area. I suppose the question I'd like to ask is: Are there, like you see in like Hollywood films, are there moments in the laboratory where there's like some sudden breakthrough and everybody goes yes and gets really excited, or is it more still just a very long? And I guess the other thing that I'd like to ask about this kind of work is kind of how. This is going to be a really stupid question. Like, it's just like, do you start a day with like, we're going to do this today, we're going to do this today, or is it more just like you're following lines and following the process and finding things out? Is it the kind of thing that you can make any planning in this kind of research, or is it something which is much more unpredictable?
Yes, so my research, like my personal experience is, my research is about whatever we have set milestone, then only we can go to the further steps. We have a general idea of what we will be going to do, but it's never like we have like fixed things, because it always changes. Even there is one incident I would share, like when I was choosing my topic during my PhD admission, so I thought we will be going to do that particular thing, but as the things are going, it can change anytime.
Yeah.
So it depends what you are getting.
Yeah.
And also the research question you are asking, like, is there any serendipity kind of thing, like accidentally thing happens?
Right.
And
that's very interesting.
Yeah, so it happens because we are following a particular protocol, or we have some idea of doing regular work, and failure is very normal to this. So we don't expect to get a good results, and when we get it, so that moment is there.
Yes, so you do have
yes.
the rocket launch kind of thing. Yeah, wonderful. And who else would like to meet us and read? And do we have more readers in the room?
Well, my name's Sandy, and I'm doing a PhD on the association between construction, indoor air quality, and health.
Right.
I'm not a poet at all, so mine was absolutely appalling. I might have even brought it with me. Sorry. So I'm looking at construction, so our homes, indoor air quality, which is quite pertinent at the moment, and its impact on health. And I'm only a matter of weeks away from submitting it, so my poem is completely unfinished. It's quite dire, really. So it goes like this. You came to me like a child of the night. From the darkness, you infused my brain with knowledge and understanding. And together we feast on data. Oh, I love data. That describes others and how they live. And when we are full, we will stand ready to strike out against the inequality and the sickness in people's homes.
Great.
It's a bit better than when I first read it.
Yeah, it was a very nice sort of rhythmically kind of terse poem. But it was good. It was good. They've all been very good poems with my English teacher hat on that I did for about 1 month at one point and then got the sack. Yeah, wonderful. I mean, this has been extremely interesting, and it feels wonderful to be in an enclosed space with so much intelligence zipping about in the room. And yeah, everything has been very, 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 very fascinating, and now I'm thinking a lot about bacteria and little mosses and things like that. And yeah, wonderful. Would anybody else like to present anything?
Some more people coming through the door. We can have a shuffle around. It was very confusing.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the gain up so we can hear all this shuffling ambience.
Right, does anybody need a stool?
Well, this is different. So we're having story and poetry time in here, and basically we're just inviting everybody to share. Basically, just a précis of what their research is, and then to present the piece that you just created in the workshop. I'm going to turn this down slightly now because I turned the gain right up to hear the room because it sounded nice. If you would like to go first, you're more than welcome on any of these microphones. Anyone who'd like to do it. I can just sit here and talk until somebody decides they want to do it. What should I talk about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Christy. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
And what a great day it's been. Lovely to meet everyone. Yeah. So my research has been about how sound or vibration can help physically or mentally. So I've been interviewing gong bath practitioners and hopefully speaking to a chiropractor very soon. So as a massage therapist, I'm aware that you can use things like a massage gun or percussive type movement, so this sort of thing, or just that just affects the muscle and just relaxes it and things. So I was quite interested to see, although sound and vibration can be very different things, just seeing what kind of differences there are. And I was speaking to a gong bath practitioner the other day who uses tuning forks. And so these, for therapeutic purposes, have weights on the end of the fork, and you hit it and you don't really hear it so much. It just kind of, you can then put it on the body and it would just vibrate and then just relax the tissues. So that was very interesting.
Yeah.
So she then dedicated her life and practice to this field of work.
Yeah. I think sound is really interesting in that sense that, you know, there's like a spectrum of it that we can't hear, like the same way there's a visual spectrum that we can't see. And yeah, it's a very mysterious thing, and obviously this like use of sound for changing, altering the way people feel, going back to there must be earlier precedents, but like the church organ, the booming bass frequencies of the church organ that sort of manipulate people into feeling like they're having a religious feeling, but also who are we to say that's not a religious feeling, did you have also a poem that you wrote in the...
Okay.
If you don't want to, that's also fine.
Yes, well, the final thing I came up with wasn't really a poem, and it was very abstract. And from memory, it was something like turning on the TV and tuning into a programme playing Stockhausen, and everyone was eating lasagna, so there were lots of layers of flavour in there. And then the sun broke through the clouds, and there was a lizard enjoying the sun. Yes.
Wow. Wonderful. And was the lizard enjoying Stockhausen?
I probably a bit out of earshot.
Yeah. That's good. We've said this on the radio before, but since you mentioned Stockhausen, I'll say it again. We were involved in a production a couple of years ago, and the director of the production came and said, "I've just come from a meeting with Stockhausen's widows, who all work together to preserve his estate, and each one of Stockhausen's widows told our friend that, in fact, Uncle Karl-Heinz is still alive, living on Sirius, managing his business affairs from Sirius and all of this." Apparently, that's what Stockhausen's widows claim. I like to think it's true. But we did go and see some Stockhausen at the Barbican, and the sound was terrible. So Sirius is too far away to successfully manage a marketing campaign and sound tech and things like that. Do we have anybody else to present? Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
And again, just tell us briefly about your research, and if you have something you'd like to read.
Yeah, I've got a poem that I could read. I'm not a researcher, I'm an ecologist.
Right.
But I was interested in finding ways to communicate about biodiversity. I think it's a concept that a lot of people find difficult to grasp in its complexity. So yes, like the unimaginable parallel intelligence of an octopus, as entangled as spaghetti bolognese and varied as a mixed salad, as loud as the dawn chorus of creatures in the jungle. She's like a bride in her gown of leaves and flowers. She's like a wild, sunny storm. Understanding biodiversity would be like holding a bow, arrow nocked, to shoot at the problems of the world.
Wow, beautiful. And obviously extremely prescient. The fact that, I think the statistic is correct that we've destroyed about 70% of life on this planet in the last 100 years, or something like that. We're well over 50% of what was there.
Another horrible statistic I recently heard was that the amount of man-made material on Earth now outweighs biomass.
Yeah, and when I read that, I was thinking, well, does that mean it's going to fall over?
Well,
and
there's
fall to
that
space,
statistic
split
about
open in the middle.
There's so much groundwater that's been drilled that's changed the axis of the Earth. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Or I've got an idea. Humans could just decide not to do that, couldn't they?
Yeah.
We could just not destroy everything.
Yeah. Humans,
it's a choice.
Humans, I think, need to, it's an arrogance thing, isn't it? But we aren't sort of above this earth and this system. We are part of the biodiversity, and we should be working in such a way, surely. And going back to the Chaplin film, and having this conversation about all these different forms of renewable energy in the 1940s, what's happened, and to me, it is. It's astonishing that any of us can get on with the day, given that we have like people talk about, when the apocalypse comes. We are in the apocalypse. If you've killed 70% of life on a planet, you're in the apocalypse. You're in an apocalypse. But yeah, I like to think that it's an entirely reversible situation, but it will depend on group effort, and more than that, it depends on. But I'm glad to be saying this to a room of academics. We live in the post-Michael Gove, everyone's tired of experts world, and actually everyone who has stuff to say and things to learn and things to do should do them, but do them with fire, because there's never been a more dangerous time to be alive, and it is possible for the people with vision and brains can get together and make things happen, but we need to forget like competition and the inherent competition in capitalism and all that kind of thing, and we can build a better world that takes into account biodiversity. That, like for example, why in our cities isn't every tower block a vertical garden? Every single tower block could be absolutely covered in foliage. Every single tower block could have a roof garden. The solutions to everything are staring us in the face. And because people have business deals with each other, well, we're still going to wrap all the vegetables in single-use plastic and all of this. So, say it quietly on radio. We need like some kind of revolution, don't we? So, until the police turn up, we'll continue. Who is our next reader in the space? Hello.
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 Well, I'm going to give an awkward break into the very kind of articulate pattern, in that I haven't produced a poem because I wasn't in that session. So I'll happily use the platform of the chair in front of a microphone and say what I do.
Yeah, please.
But I have nothing more articulate or eloquent to say after that. I'm Simon Dickinson. I'm a geographer at the University of Plymouth. My research, or what I'm passionate about, is disasters. And I'm really interested in how people make sense of bigger ideas in the moment of disasters. So ideas and processes like climate change and vulnerability and risk, and where risk comes from. I'm fascinated in kind of how people kind of grasp and talk about those ideas sort of in the face of potential catastrophe and impending doom. So I spend a lot of my time on social media in and around these kind of catastrophic events, looking at social media and kind of how people stream their experiences, comment spaces, influencers going out and putting themselves in positions of risk, all to think about kind of what people talk about in and around these kind of events.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes me reflect on the Palestinian people, because we've been working and talking on a day-to-day level since it all started. Well, not started, since this iteration of it started. And when I found a lot of people in this society intolerably annoying. But looking at the Palestinian people who were in these like literally unimaginable circumstances, unprecedented levels of destruction, and it was difficult to know whether it's a cultural thing or whether it is to do with the disaster. But I've never seen such a display of resourcefulness as I saw from everyone we knew in Palestine. I've never seen such a degree of like quick thinking and precision, and but also that every single person that we communicated with was also using humour to deal with the situation, and sometimes even like a self-deprecating kind of humour. Sometimes like a kind of ironic self-deprecating humour. And I don't know. I look at, we were living in Bristol, and I looked at the population of Bristol and imagined, well, how would these guys cope if, without people in our culture, if they can't get their weekly small batch kimchi, it's a disaster, isn't it? So again, for me, that's a very interesting a very interesting area. Yeah.
There was a very famous, popular kind of academic book written by someone called Rebecca Solnit called A Paradise Built in Hell. And the kind of premise of it was that you would think around catastrophic moments, disasters, be it earthquakes or landslides or kind of human-induced events, that society would break down, there would be looting. There's actually a very kind of small amount of evidence for that.
Yeah.
What you tend to rather see is kind of what you hint towards is kind of emergent community and people kind of loving one another and kind of practicing forms of community.
Yeah.
And if you look at any kind of global disaster, the periods afterwards tend to be characterized by people coming together, helping one another, definitely more so than what you might imagine the other side with society breaking down.
Yeah, well, that's a wonderful thought. That's also
a hopeful take.
Slightly optimistic. Yeah, good optimism. And yeah, I suppose that's what we see when we because we constantly get images of World War II, don't we, reminding us of the war effort and all that. Even though the idea in World War II was fighting fascists, and now that's all got a little bit complicated. We have this constant thing about World War II and the fact that the English people apparently clubbed together, really worked together for the war effort to get everything going. And like now, can you imagine English people doing anything together? I can't. Not at all. If you tried to get English people, like 3 English people, to do something together, then one of them will have got punched in the face, another one will have been glassed, and yeah, it's impossible. Apart from the rare clever ones, like those people in here.
As a New Zealander, I'll keep my comments quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anybody else to present? No. C'est tout. C'est fini. That is, everybody is. All our wonderful academics have sang a song. No, not sang a song. done their thing, and now I think we should sing a song together. Don't you?
Yeah, I've got one. Don't cut funding to universities, or
Don't-
everyone will end up really stupid.
Okay. Don't cut funding to universities, or everyone will end up really stupid. Don't cut funding to universities, because everyone will end up really stupid. Clap, 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 everyone. Don't cut funding to universities, because everyone will become really stupid. Don't cut funding to universities, because everyone will end up really stupid. Hooray, applause for all the brilliant thinkers in the room. Wonderful. That was exquisite, and my brain feels like it's going, no. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm less depressed now after talking to all of you. So.
Yeah, wonderful. That was all very fascinating. I feel like I should read a poem as well in return. And so, what shall I say? Should we have a William Blake poem? Okay, this is William Blake's The Echoing Green. Maybe I'll put some music underneath. Not acid house. What's that? Not that. Oh, wait, you make a whistly sound behind me. Oh, good, yeah. Or make like bird, be a bird, make bird sounds. Oh, everyone make bird sounds. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry birds ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sounds, and our sport shall be seen on the echoing green. Old John with white hair doth laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys, when we all, girls and boys, in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry, the sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Through the arms of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest and sport no more seen on the darkening green. One more round of applause for our academics. Thank you so much.
A nice welcome, please, for Miss Terry Day.
And then he'd roll, roll, roll. Way up the river he would roll, roll, roll. A huggy give her then, he kiss her now and then. She would tell him when he foot around, and then he'd kiss again, and then he'd roll, roll, roll. I little thought that he would roll home, oh, ho, ho. He'd drop all his horse, he'd take a few more on course, and then he'd roll, roll, roll. He'd have to get under, get out and get under, to fix his little machine. He was your slider, cuddle his queen, and every minute when he was kidding, he'd have to get under, get out and get under, and then get back at the wheel. A dozen times or more, he started to kiss, and then the dance goes in here. Whoops, and I miss, and then he'd have to get under, get out and get under, fix up his automobile. Nothing could be finer than a bee in Carolina in the... Oh, no one could be sweeter, sweeter when I meet her in the... When that morning glory shines around your door, a whispering pretty story I long to hear once more. Screwed with my Gertie when a Jewish hurry in the... Oh, butterflies flutter up, get your little buttercup. I thought if I had a Lansdowne for only a day, I'd make a wish and here's what I'd say. And nothing could be finer than a big Carolina in the... Oh, baby face, you got the sweetest little baby face. There is not a one to take your place. Baby face, Mom, pull hard to jump in. You sure started something, baby pain. I'm up in heaven when I'm in your fun damn brain. I didn't need a shout. I fell in love with your pity in a baby pain. Oh, tut, 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 say goodbye. Tut, 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 say don't cry. I choose your train that takes me away from you. No, I want to say, I'll try to make me. His speech to the event, good over again. You gotta watch for the mail. I have a plan. If you don't get a letter, then you know I'm in jail. Don't try to
sing morning and night. I see a better day coming in sight. Sing as we go and let the world go by. Singing a song we'll march along the highway. Say goodbye to sorrow. There's always tomorrow. Just think of today. All the
the sun on me. Good till his work was done. Now that's gambled and fell. It pay on your hallelujah, on your hallelujah, your hallelujah. Let it pay on your, let it pay on hallelujah. Let it pay on. Little David play on your harp. 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 On your harp. Little David on your harp. Play on your harp. David play off. Cinnamon he gambled and he walked before the head. David play on your hallelujah, David on your hallelujah. Little David play on your hallelujah, hallelujah. David play on your hallelujah. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. On the mountain I lost hope, out is mountain by the slope. In the valley on my knees, ask the Lord have mercy please. Now every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Jordan River, Chilean cold, till the body parts of the soul. All around me looks so shiny, as my body holds mine. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart. Give me your hand, you must be loving it, God's the man. You must be loving it, God's the man. You must be loving it, God's the man. Oh, give me your hand, give me your hand. All I want is the love of God. Oh, give me your hand, give me your hand. You must be loving it, God's the man.
You see the Lord has set you free.
You must be loving it, God's the man.
Why don't you let your mother?
You must be loving it, God's the man. Oh, give me your hand, give me your hand. All I want is the love of God. Oh, give me your hand, give me your hand. You must be loving it, God's command. Oh.
Christmas is coming, Christmas, Christmas. It makes me remember a Christmas gone by when I was extremely upset. A night in December, an evening that I would very much rather forget. For I'm to a party that nobody asked me to play. You're naughty, but I tune we can sing, but somehow I don't think they noticed the thing. I took me up to a party, but nobody asked me to play. So I took the darn thing away. They asked Mrs. Morgan to play her mouth organ and somebody else did it nice. They let Mrs. Carter perform a sonata, but I wasn't given a chance. A North Country person called Sandy McPherson played bagpipes and took off his coat. Whacked the missus out of the cottage, trying to take a note. Took me out to a party. Nobody met me. This jolly and arty. I was feeling gay after striking a note. To a party, but nobody asked me to play. So wait, one sweet banks of luck. Horses then trees. Their pieces and spreading their jam on the king. Corsets mushed out of their corsets and trying to take a top, but it took to a jolly wasn't feeling gay. I'm striking a note, but I tried to hide the thing under my coat. I took to play.
Wollen wir alle nur in Schwarze schießen. Gut Schuss, gut Schuss, gut Schuss. Dabei wollen wir das Leben froh genießen. Kinder und Korn, Nase nach vorn und nicht gerupft und nicht gezuckt.
Nicht
Die Schützen, die sind da. Die Schützen, die sind wieder da. Lalalala. Die Schützen, die sind da. Heute wollen wir alle nur ins Schwarze schießen. Dabei wollen wir das Leben
The old one's coming in an hour.
Now. No, not yet.
Sound Art Radio. In what has been Academia Central.
Oh, that was nice, wasn't it?
Exciting?
Oh, that was great.
It feels like a dream now.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic.
I can't imagine, because everybody's left.
Everyone's gone.
Did we imagine it?
I don't know, but it was like it was like the dream that I used to have. Well, when I was at university, London Metropolitan, doing philosophy, everyone was like super smart and sort of full of ideas, and used to hang out and talk about academic stuff, and we used to hang out with other people from other departments and sort of the other society clubs and everything. And then I left university and found that everybody else was really boring outside of society.
Yes, it's strange, isn't it? How actually these places, these kind of institutions, they create this false image, don't they?
Where you're
for the
actually,
student,
where everything's
who
like,
then goes out into the
into
working
the world,
world,
and then you
finds
realise that
everything
everybody's
empty.
really all right.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't. You know, I was when I came out of university, because my university closed down. Seems to happen with whichever institution I go into, it closes down. But anyway, I was kind of, I was doing philosophy, and I thought people wanted to have constructive dialogue and stuff like that because I was used to it. Oh no, was I wrong?
Yeah, it's
but
not
that
like
that was wonderful. Like I was super depressed before all of the people came in and told us about how they were going about their everyday lives trying to save the planet.
Yeah,
then now I'm filled with this
optimism
again.
hope.
There are a lot of really clever people who care about existence, trying to preserve it.
Exactly, and that is what I keep saying to people when they talk about how the they talk about the impending inevitable disaster, and
Which has already happened.
Which has already happened. Yeah, it's not impending. We're inside it, but you know there are clever people in this world, and I am not going to be apologetic about talking about the fact that there are clever people who want to do things, who want to try and make the world in which we live better, and people who want to understand the world in which we live more. The moss lady was fascinating to me.
Yeah. Because there's all
the
this
bacteria lady.
But yeah, that was so interesting that it was a kind of every kind of area of trying to save the planet was kind of represented there. From the sort of moss and phosphorescence and everything to the person studying sort of emotional, psychological responses to disasters and so on.
I loved the idea of the bacteria specialist having these microscopic dreams.
You must
and
have
visions.
these kind of big globules of sort of like kaleidoscopic.
It must be like that.
Lava lamp kind of thing.
You know as well as I do that when you're like composing music, your head is just flooded with this like noise and nonsense. So for somebody working with like extreme close-up microbacterial biology, I mean their heads must be
it must be a
full of
very
these
common.
images.
It must be a very common thing if you're working with microscopes that you see these strange shapes and everything. I don't know. I have to ask. My brother's a physicist and he does stuff with
ask him if he
microscopes
dreams,
and
if
things.
He dreams about his work. I mean, it surely, working in either like the microscopic or like the cosmos has to be the most fascinating areas of research, really, because like we don't know what's out in the universe, but also I think like obviously we don't, because people are still studying it. We still don't even know what's going on inside a moss. We know nothing. And people, like all those brilliant people, were people trying to learn more, trying to figure out what's going on with this world and how to make pragmatic solutions to the appalling problems
But
in
also
our society. What a joy it
coming
was.
up with interesting, inventive stuff that you would... I don't know. I was thinking about this whole thing of scientific discovery coming along from completely random events, like the thing you were saying, or just any discovery, whatever technology, whatever you want to call it, like the thing that Leonardo invented, the sunglasses and stuff like that. But then I was also thinking about, there's colour blindness glasses that came out a few years ago. I can't remember what they're called.
Were they like a consumer product, or were they actually glasses for people with colour
glasses,
blindness?
basically, it was a thing a pair of glasses that you put on, and it has a filter and it corrects, and you can see colour. So, there was a while on the internet where I got kind of obsessed with watching these videos of people putting on the glass, and the response was always really interesting. That if it was a kid who had colour blindness, they put on the glasses and then nothing really happens, but then their eyes acclimatise and then they can see colour, and the kids were all like, whoa, cool. But then anyone over a particular age just started weeping, in like there was one in particular of a guy I remember who must have been in his 60s, and he went out into like the snow and he said, oh, well, my daughter's given me these glasses, I'm going to try them on. And he filmed himself. And then immediately he was just weeping and weeping because he'd never seen stuff. And other things I noticed as well with people who were kind of in their 20s to 40s, maybe, the reaction there was to run around, and sort of they went into this kind of childlike state. But it was really interesting, a really amazing thing. And then you started to think about the idea of where are the boundaries with colour that we basically threw. And these glasses were invented by accident. That a researcher was trying to come up with something for X-rays or something, or lasers. And they assumed it hadn't worked. And then the guy was out playing tennis with his friend, and he said, oh, it's a bit sunny. And so he said, oh, I've got these glasses. And he gave them to his mate. And then his mate was colourblind, and he put them on. And he realised that he was like, what? I can see colour. So in this completely random discovery that was based on a piece of science that didn't work, they actually managed to find this incredible thing that then sort of opens up all these ideas about where the kind of boundary is with colour, how the conception of colour is, like what the shared concept or language is, and it all came out of a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating.
That's the case across lots of scientific history, isn't it? The mistake is the thing, or the dream. Einstein, I don't know whether it's true or not, had a dream of riding a beam of light the night before he cracked relativity, etc., etc. But... well, it's already been a very gregarious day for us in here today. We got 40 minutes left, and I'm afraid, listeners, the next 40 minutes of this show is going to be a party, a lovely party. There might be dancing, there might be snacks.
There'll be descriptions of dancing.
So we're going to have a party because, well, obviously, it was the special day of everyone who... came here to present and read and workshop.
World Book Day.
Yeah, it's Literature's special day because it's
also,
World Book Day.
I wanted to talk about this last week, but it's like a special couple of weeks in that I was reading lots of things like the The Economist and stuff like that. It's a special day for them because they've just discovered that we don't live in a meritocracy.
Oh yeah, that is.
It took them that
day
long.
That is a special day for them. Well, I'm glad they had their special day and finally.
It's bad when even the Economist is like, oh, well, it's gone a bit wrong, hasn't it?
Yep.
But it's a special day.
It is a special day. It's a special day because it is Finn's special day. And Finn and Autumn are here. And now you see, you guys, well, actually, you've heard some of Autumn's music before, but you've never met Finn, and you've never actually met Autumn. And they're here today because they're coming to work on some production design for our production of our disco show about Salvador Dali's unpleasant wife and Salvador Dali's unpleasant self and Salvador Dali's wife's unpleasant lover. Tomorrow, in fact.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber, of course.
And Black Sabbath.
And Black Sabbath, yeah. And tomorrow, it's Saturday tomorrow, yes, tomorrow in Ashburton, if you follow the signs.
Not like a sort of
not like
planetary,
mystical signs, but I mean you could do that as well. But if you follow the signs for the gala disco opera rehearsals, we have an open house tomorrow. You can come in and visit us, watch the rehearsals.
Look for the picture of Barbara Cartland.
Look for the picture,
above the wedding shot.
We are where the picture of Barbara Cartland
It's got lights
is.
on it.
Yeah, in Ashburton, the illuminated image of Barbara Cartland. If you come in between 12 and 6 tomorrow, you can come in, look at some pictures. We have a lovely collection of
You can look at the Barbara
people.
You can look at the Barbara Cartland painting, which is haunted,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's
it
a
is
haunted painting.
Yeah, exactly. And
by Barbara Cartland.
And we're going to have a special day tomorrow. But, yeah, and you can come and meet us and look at paintings and look at books. We have a wonderful selection of art books by different artists from across.
We got loads of Barbara Cartland.
Across Europe. We've got quite a lot of Barbara Cartland going on. And there will be a rehearsal, and it will basically be a production house, and you're welcome to drop by tomorrow, look for Barbara Cartland. There you will find us between 12 and 6. But today, it is, as I previously mentioned, it is Finn's special day. And as enemies of the celebrity culture and the entertainment industry and Andy Warhol's whole idea that everyone should be famous for 15 minutes, I think the idea is better that everyone should just be special all the time and have an excuse for a special day. And today it is Finn's special day, and we are shortly going to invite Finn and Autumn into the studio to discuss in detail Finn's special day yesterday and Finn's special day today.
Just one more thing before we get on to the special day. I just want to talk about the researchers who just came in and read the thing again. Right, okay. So here's the proof, right? Before they came in, I sounded really depressed, right? I was getting kind of the despair, sort of feeling clutching around my heart because of the whole sort of destroying the entire planet and everybody seemingly wanting to violently attack each other. And so on, and like destruction of everything that I previously loved, but it's now. But anyway, I was really, really depressed about that. And then a bunch of people came in who had told us how they were all doing these very specific things to save the planet, came in and told us about all this amazing stuff that they were involved in, and they're all single-mindedly kind of dedicated to their research, dedicating their lives to this. And now I don't feel depressed anymore.
No.
So basically what I want to say is that I don't know, I kind of getting to the point where I'm sort of not really, I think it's trauma. I don't think it's necessarily that we're all depressed. I think that we're all traumatized. Yeah. And so that's all I wanted to say, that there's some proof. Now I don't feel depressed because it's like seeing forward-thinking solutions to things and feeling optimistic.
And now you're feeling ready for Finn's special
Yeah,
day.
it's got me ready for the party.
Exactly. It's party time now, my friends.
Not a political party.
No.
De mañanita salí a recorrer la hacienda y me encontré con mi clienta que se encontraba solita. Le dije al punto, mijita, no sabe cuánto la quiero. Yo soy un guaso sincero que su amor le solicita y espero que usted permita que sea su amor primero. Desde que te vi, que te quiero, desde que te vi, que te adoro, que te quiero a ti, mi lucero, que te quiero a ti, mi tesoro, porque te tengo que querer, porque te tengo que adorar, porque te tengo que querer, aunque tu mamá no me quiera ver. Viva Chile, mi hermosa patria. No tengo mucho dinero para empezar el ranchito, pero le juro y repito que soy un guaso sincero, ensillo mi pingomero y salgo a buscar fortuna, y antes que me encuentre la icuna me recorro el mundo entero. Por eso que si yo espero de tu boquita de tuna, en el que te vi, que te quiero, en el que te vi, que te adoro, que te quiero a ti, mi lucero, que te quiero a ti, mi tesoro, porque te tengo que querer, porque te tengo que adorar, porque te tengo que querer, aunque tu mamá no me quiera ver. Te adoro, que te quiero a ti, mi lucero, que te quiero a ti, mi tesoro, porque te tengo que querer, porque te tengo que adorar, porque te tengo que querer, aunque tu mamá no me quiera ver.
Los Paraguayos doing And Que Te Vi. I don't know what that means.
It's still coming out of this. I can hear it in the room, or maybe that's just me.
What, Los Paraguayos?
No, the it's not going out the speaker. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And we're this has been a very, very exciting day of radio, because before you turned up, we had like about 20 academics in here talking about their research and their poetry, and now we're here because everybody has to have a special day, and today, well actually yesterday, but also today, because now we're on the radio, is Finn's special day. And this is Finn. Hello, Finn. Hello.
Remember not to swear.
Remember not to swear. Oh, we're back to
square one with you.
Back to square one with him. And it was your special
Sorry,
day
I just wanted
yesterday.
to say don't swear.
Finn's special day.
Previous to your birthday, did you have any other special days recently?
Not that I can think of.
Not that you can think of.
Howard's death.
But is
special.
Is a death a special day? Does death count as a special day?
I don't know.
I was wondering
it was
whether
a significant day. What were you saying?
I was
Lottie?
wondering whether we should sort of do it as a joint for Howard.
Well, we can do a guinea pig
celebration.
funeral on the air. We should do that. We should do a guinea pig funeral. We've got half an hour in which to squeeze all this in. So you guys, we're here with Finn and we're here with Autumn. We actually heard some of Autumn's music on the air about a month ago or something like that.
I've lost all conception of times.
Yeah. But we've never heard Autumn's exquisitely eloquent voice, and Finn's dulcet tones, and so it is wonderful to have you both in here. And could you fill me in on what happened on your special day yesterday? Not the special day today. We'll move on to that. But special day yesterday. What went down?
It was a pretty normal day, really.
I think Finn was just enjoying a break from
work.
Yeah. Did you take any drinks or anything like that on your special day?
No,
sober
no.
special day. Oh, wow.
Sober special day.
Yeah.
Finn's not a huge drinker.
No,
really,
well,
no.
I think in the times we live in, we should be spending our special days sober, shouldn't we? Because you know, who knows what the future is? You want to remember that special day. But,
Yes.
Autumn, the listeners have probably gathered that you and Finn are, as we say, an item. And did you Did you take any measures to make Finn's special day that little extra bit more special?
Did I? I mean, you just didn't want to do anything really. But I got him this lovely cup that says, "That's what I do. I fix stuff and I know things."
That's very, very true. We were actually telling the group of people who are here doing the workshop.
You're like the legit Uri Geller, as
Yeah.
in you can actually fix things.
Yeah, without touching it. Because if you recall, when you used to come to our house in Bristol, the boiler would suddenly start working, the taps would suddenly not drip. The piano
worked once and then broke.
The piano, which had been broken for months, Finn came round and it worked perfectly. And then when you left,
yeah, end of that.
It didn't work anymore. For your special day music, which you can't hear because I've only got it in the headphones, but there is a.
You sort of hear it coming
Yeah.
through the record.
It's,
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
It's honky tonkin with Digits McPhee. Because I thought I'd bring like some party music. I meant to bring Agadoo, and you'd be glad that I didn't.
Don't do that.
I was thinking
It's
Acid
a
House,
cursed
Agadoo.
record.
It is. It's terrible.
But I'm going to do that thing next time I see someone who's been really rude to me, where I'm going to say, "Sorry, you dropped this," and then I'm going to give them give them the Agadoo.
Any terrible media, like any terrible CDs,
Dan
records, books, anything like that, you're supposed to now keep them in a bag, like Jamiroquai CDs and things like that. You keep them in a bag, and then when you see someone who seems pompous, or you see someone who irritates you, or you have an unpleasant interaction with someone, you say, "Oh," as the interaction finishes, you say, "Oh, I think you dropped this," and you hand them the embarrassing item, the Dan Brown book. Yeah. Which I think is a wonderful way of getting through this terrible society. And so on your special day, you turned 1 year older.
Wow.
1 year older.
365 years.
Exactly, one whole rotation around the sun. You know? Isn't that amazing? On your special day, we get to think of cosmology. Everyone on their special day gets to think about cosmology, don't they?
Which side of the sun is your favourite?
Which side?
Do you like the left or the right?
Well, I like the back
bottom
that
or
we
the
can't
top?
see.
Yeah.
That's the bit I like.
We can't see any of it because if you stare at it, you'll go blind.
Yeah. You know, Bono, though, he sang that song, "I'm Not the Only One Staring at the Sun," and he seems to still have his eyesight, although he does wear those
I
dark
don't know.
glasses.
I don't think he's got any eyes.
Oh, yeah, that would explain
I
it.
think it's all a lie.
He can stare at the sun because he has no eyes. He just
takes
has
the
those.
glasses off. It's just like no, he's got nothing. It's just there's a hole
Just
where
like-
is that entire bit of his
Does it go all the way
head,
through to
all
the
the
back
way
of his head?
through, and inside it's just sort of like lint and bread and
Lint and bread and torn up
Mice.
pieces of marble. Yeah.
Moths.
Yeah, moths. So that's Bono. I can't remember where were we
I don't
before
know.
Bono.
Sorry.
I don't have any idea where we were before Bono. We were talking about special days and things like that.
That's a great sentence. Where were we before Bono?
Well, this is true, Autumn. This is my question I'm going to ask you. Where were we before Bono?
I know. We were listening to the work of Brian Eno where it didn't really suck like it does now.
Yeah.
When he was making good music.
That's true. Huh. Well, how interesting. I haven't got like a cake or anything for your special day, but we can. Wait a minute. We need some like music to be comfortable with for dining.
We've got this collection of sounds.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What we got here? Strauss Ball in Vienna. We can dine to this. Okay. First, we're going to sing just because we can, because it's public domain now. We'll sing. No, I'm not going to sing the Happy Birthday song. We're going to sing, and we can all join in. Hey, hey, hey! It's Finley's special day. Hey, hey, hey! It's Finley's special day. Wonderful. And now we have some music for dining. You can't hear it because you've got headphones, but I assure you it's a gentle waltz. You really, it would not interfere with your digestion, so you could do whatever you want. We've got this big birthday spread here.
Describe the music.
Yeah. I have to describe the music, and then actually, one thing I wanted to do for your special day was I wanted to do some dancing to the music that you can't hear, and then you can guess what the music is based on my dancing. I will go and describe the dancing. But first, I think we need to eat your special day lunch. So we've got a wonderful spread, as you can see. We've got some bacon frazzles over there. We've got some salt and shake down here. We've got a lovely bowl of orange with those little bits of pimento inside. What else have we got? Oh, party rings. I like them, party rings. Do you like party rings, Autumn?
I do like party rings.
What about you, Finn? Party ring? You know,
Oh, dear.
on your special
I don't
day?
like them.
No. To be honest, I'm not the hugest fan of party rings. When I was a kid, I didn't really understand them. But I'm going to take one now and just, you know, Finn, it's your special day. You're a year older. You know, maybe your palate has changed. Why don't we just try a party ring now? Okay? Everybody take a party ring? Okay. Now, after 3, we're going to try the party ring. We're going to masticate for a bit, and then we're going to say what we thought of it. Okay? 1, 2, 3. No, I like it.
I'm not into it.
You don't like it?
No.
What about you, Finn, on your special day?
Bit bland.
You still don't like it? What kind of biscuit would, you know, I'm a bit disappointed because I organised this lovely spread.
Digestive.
Bourbons and digestive.
Oh, wait a minute, on that note.
Whoa, what's happening here? Something mysterious is happening. Special days are full of mystery and excitement. And this Finn's special day is no exception.
See, I thought they had bourbons, so I brought you this string of old grapes.
Yeah, the string of old grapes. They look
Yay.
wonderful. They look like they're having a wonderful special day. You don't
have to eat it.
I'm hanging on my mantelpiece.
Oh, yes. Hey, Lottie, would you mind passing that flat computer? I feel we should be taking some photographs to commemorate a special day. Although you have to pretend there's really some food on the table. Okay, next thing. Party food. Bacon frazzles. What's your opinion?
On bacon frazzles.
Bacon frazzles.
Not a fan.
Not a fan?
No.
Finn, bacon frazzles?
Yeah, brilliant. Classic crisp.
You love them? I love them too. What about you, Lottie?
They haven't got meat in them.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. They've
Yeah.
got milk in them.
Yeah, no milk, no meat.
I'm more into. I was thinking about. I'm sorry, this is well commercial radio, isn't it? We're talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
crisps.
amazed how commercial radio.
Talking about crisps. Look, I can get a job now.
Yeah.
It's relatable speech. Like the Worcester sauce ones. What happened to?
Worcester sauce crisps. What did happen to those?
Yeah.
And those crisps in the 80s that had pictures of monks on.
What?
There were these crisps that were in a brown packet, and they had pictures of monks on the crisps.
They're like pious crisps.
Yeah, they were pious crisps, but they were quite salty. But I expect a lot of monks are quite salty, don't you?
The communion.
All those
crackers
years
kind of
cloistered, you're going to end up a bit
Are
salty.
they quite salty? I've never taken.
A what
communion-
salty?
The communion wafers.
Communion crackers. Finn, well, aren't you a professional Catholic?
I was.
Yeah. So, have you taken the communion wafer before?
I don't think I have in a long time.
But from a long time ago, can you remember if it was salty?
From the dry.
Like dry, no salt.
Skin of
So what's the
priest.
appeal of this?
It's Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Everyone loves Jesus.
Yeah, but if Jesus was real, he was like a sort of radical Marxist type, and so without a doubt, he would have been a bit salty, wouldn't he?
Well,
If he got
I
the
think-
wrong- well, he was salty enough for the Romans, wasn't he? He was so salty they put him to death.
Well, speaking as a evil commie heathen, crackers are quite, a cheap go-to without sort of much stuff in them, it's like meat and
Yeah.
sort of lactate and that. So yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just because he liked crackers.
Yeah. Who invented the cracker? Because we know all about
Jesus.
like, oh Lord of Sandwich. Did Jesus invent
Jesus
the cracker?
invented it. He's made of bread, isn't he? He's eating rice.
Yeah. Oh, amazing! And like that's When the crucifixion happened, is that what you do? If somebody, this is like with the trick we don't know, is that if somebody dies, you put yeast in them and then they will rise again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put that in my will.
If I start a bakery, I'm going to call it Lazarus Bakery.
Lazarus Bakery. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. Lazarus Bakery. How about that? Well, it's Finley's special day. We've I'll put the music back on. We've had our biscuits. Who said they didn't like bacon frazzles?
That was me.
Let's try one. Okay. Lottie, bacon frazzle?
Thanks very much.
Finn, bacon frazzle?
Absolutely.
Autumn, bacon frazzle?
Suppose.
Okay, I've got one as well. 1, 2, 3. Delicious.
It's okay.
Is it okay? Just okay? I really like it. Autumn?
I'm not a fan.
No, I don't like it.
Bit too salty, like Jesus.
I like I like that thing where, like, I think bacon frazzles are a bit like skips, and you can put them on your tongue and they melt, kind of thing. And
I don't know if I've eaten them enough to experience that sensation.
No, well, help yourself. And also, you'll be glad to know, for your special day, I kept this one till the last. I've got here, look, a little plate of triangular sandwiches with the crust cut off. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you like those, don't you?
What's in the sandwiches?
What's in the sandwiches? Cheese. Just cheese. Just cheese.
No cucumber or anything?
No, just cheese.
Just cheese.
Cheese, triangles, and the crusts have been cut off. And next to it, I've got a little plate of naked dairy there, so the triangles look all, setting each other off. So, and you could even put one of the little pieces of dairy on top of the cheese sandwich for that double cheese experience.
What is dairy? I assume it's a
dairy
milk
is,
product.
Yeah.
It's like this little cheese.
It's like soft
thing
cheese that comes
in like
packaged
foil,
in foil
you open the
triangles.
foil and then you eat it.
How do you make something soft into a triangle? That's what I'd like to know.
It's not. It would be sort of some sort of binding material.
Binding
foil.
ritual in the dairy factory.
Guar gum or whatever it's called.
But dairy, it's like. Do you remember, like from? In fact,
it's kind of like Baby Bell, but soft.
My daughter, but you never ate cheese.
No,
really, did you? So you never ate like Baby Bell.
No, I've never been a fan of the tit products.
No.
You've warmed up to cheese as of recent.
Have I?
Yeah, occasionally on pasta and stuff.
Every so often I'll have like a small serving next to it. You end up eating it though. I'm like, I'll grate cheese. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll eat this. And I'm like, I don't want to eat this. There you go, have some cheese.
I like a lot this term warmed up to cheese. Yeah. Oh, I'm good. I'm feeling really comfortable. I'm warmed up to cheese. That's just great. Feeling wonderful, warmed up to cheese. So we've had a special day of food. What else what do normal people do on their birthdays? Does anyone in here have any idea what normal people do on their special days?
I had a birthday party once, and everyone was like running towards me, and then I got really scared and screamed and ran away.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I do.
Oh, I know what people do on their special days. They go for massages.
Oh yeah.
What?
They go for massages, don't they?
Is
Rub
that-
downs.
is that
People on
normal,
their special
that?
days. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's normal.
Everyone loves a rub down.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Sorry, table.
If Lottie and Autumn, you could, like, with your voices, provide us some lovely, relaxing music. I could because it's Finn's special day. I could give him a little back rub now. Okay, here we go. And Finn, just don't worry if it hurts at any point. Just let that out.
Yeah,
That's lovely, actually.
Yes, I'm good at it. My mum's a masseuse. She knows how to do it. I've learned from her. Oh, is that too hard?
No, that's lovely.
I'm just going to press a little.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect spot you got there.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Should it be like new age music? Okay.
Yeah. New
carry
age.
on with that,
We need
and
new
I'll
age
do-
music. Okay, Autumn, if you can give. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay, I'm just gonna.
It hasn't got a bell. It's a bell, but it hasn't got a bell.
I'm just gonna gently tap it.
So you were a bit lower down. Oh, there we go.
Feel the wind going through the trees.
Feel the knots melting away.
They're just going away, aren't they? That's it. Okay, now I'm just going to move down to the lower back now, and this is. No. This is what these people always say. I remember being forced to go to a chiropractor once, and he said, "I'm just going to go down to your lower back, just above your bottom." And you didn't need to say that. I know where my bottom is in relation to my back, but don't worry. I'm not going to touch your bottom. I'm just going to press just firmly right here. feeling?
I feel taller.
You feel taller? Yeah.
Stretch me out.
Oh, wonderful. And like today, for the rest of your special day, well, you know what we've got lined up for you. We've got you a lovely pair of real soft, fluffy slippers that are pink. We've got you a lovely dressing gown with a fur trim, lovely pink fur trim. We've made you a lovely bubble bath at the house, and we put balloons in the bath too.
Yeah, that's the ultimate in luxury,
That
isn't
is,
it?
we
Balloons
worked that
in the
out.
bath.
That is the most luxurious thing you can do, is put balloons in the
Inflated.
bath. Yeah, but we have a shower now where we live, and we haven't tried it yet. But maybe since it's your special day, you could actually be the first person to try this. We want to fill the shower with balloons. And then try to wash while surrounded by the balloons, and it will be going squeak, 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 squeak all around your head. But then, if you turn the shower gradually up and up and up and up as you get toward the climax of your Wagnerian epic shower, but once it gets hot enough, all those balloons will start to explode around your head, and you'll be like, no, and it will be the most amazing, like, sensory shower. It'll be like a gong bath, but gabba.
But painful.
And painful, yeah.
Although a gong bath doesn't sound, I don't know, what is it? Do you put your head in the gong and then they hit it, or is that the side of the gong?
I don't know. I think people lay on the floor, and some people hit gongs.
Or do you put the gong in the bath with you?
A gong bath? Maybe that is what it is.
Like you get in the so it's like the balloons thing, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to go one further than that. Because it's your special day, Finn, I'm going to add a gong to that bath full of balloons. And you can have a gong bath, a balloon bath. Got some lovely little rose petals in there for you too. And some incense, candlelights, exactly. There's tea lights all around the rim of it. There's some beautiful generative ambient music playing in there. And
nice lighting.
Yeah, the lighting.
Ambient.
It's perfect. It's ambient. It's perfect. It sings between the candlelight and the subtle light on the ceiling. And I also for your final treat, I scraped the word Finn into the walls of my house. And then bang my head against the wall because it was your special day, and I'm so delighted that you came all the way here for your special day. And is today as special as yesterday so far? Or?
It certainly feels it.
Yeah, you're getting a 2-day special day. You've had a party buffet. You've had a lovely rub down. Is there anything else we can do for Finn's special day?
Well, we haven't put any food on cocktail sticks. I think we should probably do that.
Oh yeah, what do you
want?
want?
I don't eat. Like I can't condone the little
sausages, those things. Yeah.
Shriveled up.
We've still got the olives we haven't touched. We
Yeah.
put those
on the we haven't touched the olives. We've been going for all the unhealthy stuff, haven't we?
I have to say, I'm not a fan of olives.
You're not a fan of olives, so you don't want to put them on a stick anyway.
For the aesthetic.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you see those little triangle sandwiches. Just like get a load of the grated cheese out of that, sort of pack it back together with your hands, and that'll slide onto the stick above the olive. And then, what else have we got? I mean, party rings. They're just going to fall off, aren't they? They're going to slide.
Apart when you're trying to.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You know, that's the thing with party rings, is that it's a real problem. If you want to pierce that party ring, it's just going to fall to bits.
Right, you know the stuff, the food on sticks thing? Is that like, you know, that thing they do with the orange and the sweets?
Party
and it's
food.
something to do with religion.
Oh, when they stick cloves in oranges.
Orange thing. Is that like because it's Jesus' special day?
Yeah, it's Jesus'
Is it his
special day. Yeah, you
birthday
put a
party?
candle in the orange and
Yeah.
there's cloves.
It smells.
Yeah. So it's like it's so yeah, they have the little food on the cocktail sticks for Jesus.
Yeah. For his special day. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we've had what a special day this has been. We've been on the air since about 1:15, haven't we? And we had the wonderful academics in. We saw the wonderful workshop happening out there, and then it was Finley's special day, and we did also many wonderful things. But I wondered, for the rest of your special day, what do you fancy? Like a bit of a swim? I know you've had a nice massage now, so would a bit of a swim be the thing? Or we could, here at Dartington, which used to be one of those waste of space art colleges. Now they've got virtual golf here. Virtual indoor golf, which is what we need to move forward our culture. So if you wanted to play virtual golf on your special day, you could do that. There's also a gym here, so you could pump some iron.
Are we going to go to the gym first to build our muscles up before we go golfing, or go golfing and then go to the gym?
I would think so, because at the moment I'm a bit concerned about my swing. I feel like I need to build up to it. But then, so the plan, we're on the air for like 5 more minutes. We'll play some music to get off early, because I'm really quite eager now to go and play virtual golf. We'll do a bit of exercise in the gym first, and then we'll play virtual golf, and then we'll go for a nice swim.
Pump the iron.
Exactly. We're gonna pump that
for a nice relaxing swim.
Exactly. It's going to be wonderful. Autumn, are you up for a nice relaxing swim?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Make sure it's wild swimming.
Yeah, wild swimming. Well, it's Finn's special day, so it's Finn's choice. Would you rather go to a swimming pool or do some wild swimming?
Oh, what's the point of a swimming pool?
Wild.
Exactly.
Back door.
Exactly. Okay. Well, we're after this show, we're gonna do all that, and then we're gonna have a lovely splash for Finn's special day. Because if it is your special day, if anyone out there, if it's your special day, you are really missing out if you haven't included some splashing, right, in your special day. I mean, have you splashed today?
Well, I'll be splashing in the bath as well.
Well, yeah, exactly.
With the balloons.
So much splashing.
Yeah, you're going to do so much splashing, wild splashing, internal splashing. It's going to be wonderful. And I suppose the shower thing with the balloons, I guess it's kind of splashing.
Maybe splashing off the balloons.
Yeah, that's true. Little miniature splashes.
Yeah,
a small splash is still a splash, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, because
You end up really statically charged if you have a shower with balloons.
That's a very good question.
And then can you
You could go around electrocuting
really
people.
statically charged.
Yeah.
You could electrocute yourself in the water.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Well, we could try this.
That's how I want to die.
Wake up.
Yeah, a wonderful way to wake up in the morning. You'd be alert as hell, wouldn't you, if you had 50 balloons exploding around your head in a confined watery space.
Oh, maybe that's it for the narcolepsy. Like, I was always looking for a way to wake up. That could be it.
Yeah.
Still won't work.
Well, I mean, it would. I think it would work. It would certainly brighten up your perspective.
Well, I mean,
on the
I
morning
did have
a little bit.
a watch that electrocuted me once, and that didn't work.
Oh yeah, I remember your electrocution
Just went
watch.
back to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel like you need a more powerful electrocution watch.
You need a more powerful electrocution. Yeah. Should get one of them things that they use in American prisons.
Like a cattle prod.
Yeah, cattle prod. That would work. Okay, what we got? We got 3.5 minutes, so we should sign off, play some music, and disappear and go and do all of our activities that we've got planned.
Yeah.
We've planned so many activities, haven't we?
Special day!
Special day! Special day! Special day! Special day!
Keep it going for 4 minutes. That's how long we got. Special day! Special day! Special!
Special! Everybody special! Special day! It's been Finn's special day. We have the brilliant and ingenious Finn Case and Autumn here. And we've had loads of wonderful academics with an absolute plethora of marvellous ideas. And I hope, listeners, that made you feel as invigorated and ready and full of vim as it did us, ready to go out, play some virtual golf, and then try to make the world better. I've been over Phizmiz.
Depresstival.
Autumn Poppy.
And Finlay.
Whose special day it is. Here's a little bit of Los Paraguayos to play us out. Happy special day, Finn.
Ooh, we're back next Friday at 2 till 4.
2 till 4.
Hello, Roger. I hope you're having a nice special day as well.
I do too, Roger. I hope you're having a great special day. Oh yeah, Autumn, say hi, Roger.
Hello, Roger.
Then you say hi, Roger.
Come and visit.
Hello, Roger. Yeah, come and visit.
Bye.
And then it'll be hey, hey,
Hey, it's Roger's special day. Do it.
Con mi dulzaina india que solo dicen tu dulce nombre. Morenita del alma, vente conmigo, yo te convido a la choza que tengo junto a la playa cerca del río. Allí cantan las aves dulces canciones que yo acompaño con mi dulzana india que solo dice tu dulce nombre. Morenita del alma, morena, morena, bendita sea. Morenita del alma, morena, morena, bendita sea. No te me vayas, que yo te pongo candonga de lucero que yo recojo con mi atarraya. Tú te me escapas, yo te aprisiono con las notas salvajes de mi guabinas y mi bambuco. Morenita del alma, vente conmigo, yo te convido a la choza que tengo junto a la playa cerca del río. Allí cantan las aves dulces canciones que yo acompaño con mi dulzaina india que solo dicen tu dulce nombre. Morenita del alma, vente conmigo, yo te convido.